Okay, so I couldn't find a good place to introduce the main characters. So here we go. We got Alex the lion, Marty the zebra, Gloria the hippo, and Melman the giraffe. And with that out of the way, like, subscribe, and enjoy the video.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Yeah, I like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Yeah, I like to move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it. She like to move it, move it. He like to move it.
The movie begins with the gang celebrating Marty's 10th birthday. Marty's big birthday wish is to go to the wild, since he is tired of living in a zoo. In the middle of the night he decides to sneak out of the zoo after hearing the penguins plan to break out. When they notice that Marty is gone, Alex, Gloria and Melman decide that they will break out of the zoo too and go and save Marty. They eventually find Marty and try to convince him to go back to the zoo. But what they didn't expect is for people to call the police and tell them that a bunch of animals have escaped from the zoo and are roaming the streets of New York. Alex tries to talk to them, but they don't understand him and ends up shooting him with a tranquilizer gun. Alex wakes up inside of a box on a boat, and next to him are Marty and Melman, and under him is Gloria. And somehow she gets light in her box, even though she's at the bottom. Alex and Marty start to argue whose fault it is that they are stuck there, and they start to push their boxes against each other, which causes the rope that held them together to break. Meanwhile, the penguins realize that the boat is heading to Kenya, which the penguins think is a place for them. So they break out of the box, knock out the captain, and take control over the ship, and turn it to go to Antarctica instead. But when they turn to go there, Alex and everyone else falls overboard, since the rope that held them in place broke. They all manage to somehow get washed up on the same beach. They decide to go into the nearby jungle, where they meet King Julian, who's having a big party. The party gets interrupted by the Fusa, who is trying to eat King Julian and his friends, and Alex manages to accidentally scare them away. King Julian wants to be friends with them, and especially with Alex, since he was able to scare the Fusa away. And Alex asks King Julian if there are any humans there, and he says yes and points to the skeleton of a human. So Alex asks if there are any alive humans, and he is told that if there were any alive humans there, it wouldn't be called the wild. This freaks Alex out, and he decides that he will just try to swim back home. But Gloria stops him, since he isn't even able to swim. Marty is super happy, since his birthday wish came true, and that annoys Alex, who separates the island in two sides. One where they can be happy about being in the wild, Marty's side, and one for those of them who wants to go back home, Alex, Gloria and Melman's side. Alex decides to build a replica of the Statue of Liberty, so that when a boat passes by he can light it on fire and the boat can come and rescue them. Unfortunately they light it up too early and the whole thing burns down. Gloria and Melman decide that they will go over to Marty's side, since he has built a little hut. Eventually Alex decides to join them, and I'm just wondering how and why Marty got metal logs when he doesn't have walls. During the night, King Julian decides to move Alex, Gloria, Marty and Melman to what the locals call paradise. This is so that Alex can protect them all the time. The next morning Alex is so hungry that he sees everyone as a piece of steak, so he bites Marty in the butt, and that freaks everyone out and they all run away. But Alex follows Marty, and right before he bites Marty again, he gets hit in the head by a coconut. And that's when Alex realizes what kind of monster he has become, so he decides to exile himself on Fusa Island, where he builds a replica of his zoo enclosure. And I'm just wondering why he didn't eat the Fusas instead of trying to eat his friends. That way he would still be able to live with his friends, and they wouldn't have to worry about getting eaten. Gloria, Marty and Melman hear a boat and signal it to come and save them. When the boat reaches land, the penguins roll out of it. They ask Gloria and Melman where Alex and Marty are, and they wonder what they are talking about, since Marty was literally just there. But no, he went to get Alex so that they could all leave. Gloria, Melman and the penguins decide that they will go and save Marty. When Marty gets to Alex's makeshift zoo enclosure, he tries to convince Alex to come with him. But Alex is scared that he will accidentally attack Marty again. While trying to convince Alex, Marty gets attacked and chased by the Fusa. Gloria, Melman and the penguins come to save him, but they are eventually cornered and outnumbered. And that's when Alex shows up and claims them to be his food as part of his act, and scares away all the Fusas and saves all of his friends. They later make Alex try sushi to see if that would satisfy his hunger, so that he doesn't eat one of them. And he actually likes it, so he orders 300 of them to take with him on the boat ride back home. What the penguins didn't mention was that the boat had run out of fuel.